Right, going after the Witch Lords.
Good evening.
Let's go. Make sure you have everything you need. Yes, don't leave anything in your strong box. You might want it later. Yeah, I've got it. Can I equip my stuff now?
Good evening.
Trevico, this is the place. The barrow is not far now. But we are too late. I can feel the presence of the Witch Lord. There are troops amongst the trees. We are certainly in for a battle, whatever we do. But it is better if we face him in the open, where we have more of a chance. If you can distract his attention, maybe you can slip away for the barrow? I will have to concentrate all my efforts into the counterspelling the Witch Lord. I can only guess at his power. This means that you must lead the battle. The first step for you is to position the troops. Okay, what troops do I have? Just what we could gather in a hurry. 2 ballista, a war wizard, and 4 squads of purple dragons. So long-range harassment, a wizard, and 4 infantry squads. 1 squad are archers, the other 3 are blades. We also have 2 clerics with us. It's not much, but with you and I, it might be enough. Yeah, ask Edgar. He's an experienced soldier, much more experienced than I am. Let me think on it a little. This is certainly not my first battle, so I am certain I can advise you. When you are ready to place the squads, I will give you my views then. Okay. Battle ahead. You will need to make sure your troops are carefully placed, so please ask what you need. What positions are there? You can place your squads on that ridge on the left, or on the main front of the line, from the left flank to the right flank, or here in reserve. Each of the positions is marked with a banner if you want to scout the field. The ridge and the reserves can only hold 1 squad each, otherwise you can place the other squads as you like. You can move them around after you have placed them, though you may disorder your squads by doing so, so it's better to plan in advance. You want some sort of ranged attackers on the hill naturally, you get extra range. Okay, we want 1 blade group in reserve, because enemies can appear on where we don't expect them, so we need someone to basically rush them, to stop them, giving us time at least. Yeah, I'm gonna go and look around. I don't actually understand yet what constitutes a position or a group. Does ballista constitute something, or are they basically stuck here no matter what? Left flank, the ridge. It would protect archers the best, I would think. Center, right flank, so infantry squads. I'm concerned that you can get to the ridge from the side, so it's slightly risky. But it's still the best defended position, I'd say. I don't really care about the horses joining the fight, it'll just lower our armor class. I'll probably give her a few extra arrows. I had specialty bolts. Bolts of sapping. This would be good against certain type of bosses, not as a generic ammunition. Pretty sure I had other types of bolts. Could have sold them. Either way, horses just stay put. Oversword.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm ready to place the squads. Very well, the squads are just arriving. Once you have placed them all, you may wish to speak to some of these officers, and if you have excess equipment, give it to them. We need all the help we can get for the battle ahead. Here's the first squad coming now. Cleric with 5 archers. We should put the archers on the ridge. The rise protects from the direct assault and we have a good view over the battlefield. I would agree. The ridge. Good. They will take position there. I'd advise against moving another squad there as there is no room. Next squad is a regular squad, a lioner and 5 blades. I recommend we put the regular squad on the left or right flank and save something heavier to place in the center. Better still, you might want to place your best troops in reserve. That way we can see what we face before we commit them to battle. Let's go with the right flank. It's basically behind the building. The squads will be placed to the south of the wrecked farmhouse. The third squad is just arriving, another squad of blades, but with a cleric in support. Left, I guess? They will stand slightly in front and to the south of the ridge. Next squad is another regular squad. Center. The squad will be placed just north of the ruins. Wait, it looks Sir Hawkling has sent his household to fight in the battle too. These are decent soldiers with good armor. Where do you want them positioned? The reserve. Very well, remember you can only place one squad in reserve. There are no more squads. We are ready for the coming battle. Take a moment to talk to the officers if you need. Then come to me and we shall prepare together. A little bit of a crowd here. And the horses aren't exactly helping.
Step with me. Come on. Follow along.
Yeah, get the fuck out of the way, people.
I can accomplish this task.
This is a reserve point, right? We need to place the horses in a location where they are not blocking access of any of the troops moving about. Not sure that can be done, but I guess this is about as good as it's gonna get. I do not want to use a horse myself. Talk to the officers, right? I don't really have any excess equipment.
Yes? What do you want?
Not sure what would help really. We have an ice reaver, that's about the best I can do. Well, positive energy sword. Yeah, let's forget about this. Let's just go to the fighting.
Good evening.
Then you had better take these. These horns will help you control your troops in battle. Yeah, this seems like an odd place to start teaching about how to control troops. If you sound the retreat horde, your troops will fall back to their original posts. trying to disengage immediately. This may be particularly useful to stop your troops bunching when enemy spellcasters are around. If you sound the assault horn, all of your squads will charge forward and try to reach the barrow. Remember, in the heat of battle, not everyone will hear the horns, so always keep an eye out on your troops. But you will need to fight also, Servico, or the battle will be lost for certain. Now, take your position and be ready. Use the rod I gave you to bolster your courage if needed, but keep something back for yourself in case you need to face anything inside the barrow. There will be no rest from here on, and I shall not be able to help you once the battle starts, so be careful. You too, Kalatni. There's no going back. I'm actually most worried about Lasimda ruining everything. So if you could sort of, where is she anyway? Where the fuck is she? Just don't do anything. Pretty please, don't do anything.
Yes. I
Okay,
can
you gave me
accomplish
some
this
horns too, apparently. Never told me really what to do with them, or is it just a single horn? Well, anyway, where are the horns? It's probably looking something like that, right? Retreat horn. Fair enough. I'll put them somewhere where I can easily get to them. Salt horn. Also, you could probably stay here for the moment too. I'll go and defeat the enemy. Skeleton mage.
Let's have at it!
It's a hill giant.
Victory is mine! Victory is mine!
It got me pretty badly. Not sure if it actually makes much of a difference. The hill giants are a problem basically because there's not much I can do about their rock throwing attacks. There you are. They've got things under control. We need to retreat immediately. Who the fuck threw this here? Probably the War Wizard. He was the first one to go in there too. Okay, should there be a next stage of the attack? Quite a lot of dead people. Another horn blowing. That's a witch lord. And that's fear. So I won't be doing part in the fighting anymore. Also, can't really do much. Jonas is there, right? So he's writing something, I assume. But there's nothing I can do. Also, he's getting critical hits. Edgar is dead. He's getting great, absolutely fantastic rolls.
For justice! You're no match for me!
Either way, this is like one fucking catastrophe. I'm not even really disappointed how this went, because I could have easily countered the fear auras they have. I'm disappointed by the fact that I'm going to have to babysit the soldiers I have too, because the war wizard was the biggest threat to our own troops in this entire fight, by throwing the acid fork in the middle of things. I'm pretty sure he was responsible for killing a lot of people too.
Hold this spot like it
Either
was
way,
home.
the giants are the main problem, as far as I can see. No, we can't do this. The problem with the giants is that they will hit no matter what. So going on the defensive is not gonna work really against the giants. The shaman screwed me over the last time, so it needs to die.
For justice and honor!
Come on, the giant has to go. Can't. It's like a goddamn truck. And its attacks cannot really be blocked. Critical hit.
Die and be forgotten!
Yeah, you're all in the wrong place now. Alright, this isn't too bad, and we can certainly have time to recover. Right. Now the big problem. Need Edgar to be somewhere else. Kalane will counter the Lich. I need to counter Jonas. I don't need the clarity necessarily. Not now. However, what does remove fear do? Because it has to be usable before I actually get the fear, otherwise it's no use.
Let's have at
Right,
it.
now Jonas has a horse. It's more likely.
You're no match.
Jonas has to be played out fight. He's the biggest threat by far. Yeah, I'm doing fairly good work. It's a bad situation for us, but whatever. I could use all the help I can get here. I got the opposite. Actually, do not cast your fireballs there.
This task.
Hard to see who's dead here and who isn't. I'll have to assume that the ring Jonas found has to be somehow connected to the file activate situation. I mean, why would it take control of the guy otherwise? Why did the Witch Lord suddenly appear the moment the ring was taken into account from the barrel? It has to have some kind of connection to things, otherwise it doesn't really make much sense.
Victory is
Right. I don't. This is a terrible way to do things. There has to be. I would have to have a way to signal these guys to do something else besides assaulting. Control individual squads. We have enough forces here to win, though. I want the reserve guys to stay there. It means that if enemy force gets through here, they'll basically work hard to fight to protect our troops there. Oh fuck. There's a summoned Direbolt going into things. Who the fuck is your leader? No idea.
I will not fall.
Oh fuck. Acid. 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 Right in the middle of our own troops. Just. Okay, people, back to your seats.
I will not fall.
The War Wizard is the only one who doesn't seem to be obeying orders. Okay, did I use the blasted thing?
Let's have at it.
Oh, go for the spellcaster.
Time for a bit of the game.
Okay, not bad. Follow the witch lord. I'll take care of our men. Okay. Good enough.
Cool your weapons. And don't
Let's go,
let
people.
up.
Job's done.
Attack!
Jonas is a troublesome opponent for us. Proper, capable fighter. Luckily, he doesn't try to do anything too clever, so the discipline, lack of proper discipline would not be really important. And the horses are going in there first, of course. The mage is gonna be borderline worthless because we don't have a chance to rest anymore.
Hold this spot like it was home.
Yes.
Yes, I can accomplish this task.
What is this? Some sort of disease. Ah, so it is literally the similar type of barrow that we did the first time. Okay, it's not bad. The blindness shouldn't last long. I can certainly use the time to regenerate. But we don't really gain much by looting. That's the key point here. At the same time, I sort of have to go and take a look at these places because I'm desperate to finding ways to deal with Jonas and the Witch Lord. So I don't know where the correct answers are gonna be hidden. I don't want to go to the center, there's probably a lot of enemies there. Pedestals, okay. Yeah, that's important. Statues, pedestals. Looked like this barrow might not be a gigantic multi-level monstrosity necessarily. Just a big area here.
Let's have at it!
Okay, I thought I already had a protection against that. Just will saving throws increase. I would have to have thrown a 6 to be able to avoid it here. Threw a 4. Stunned. Well, that's fun. At least dispel too. Yeah. That's what I was waiting for. can afford to cast this at least once without affecting my dispel magic. And to get within the aura. Two attacks. Natural roll 1, natural roll 1. This is my game at the moment. He has a natural roll of 19, which is impossible for me to counter. I also need to raise my armor class more than I currently have. Otherwise I'm in trouble. They're getting E hits too easily, basically. They can still get hits, but it's they're gonna have to struggle for it. Why are you here? Oh, bro! Well, if you're here, you might as well.
To your weapons, and don't let
Still, I don't understand why you are here. I give you explicit orders not to do anything. Okay, there's 4 to 5 rooms that might have something. And okay, there's a Wyvern Crown. Wyvern Crown of Cormer is fashioned from pure star metal hewn from the heart of an asteroid which crashed into the Wyvern water long ago. The crown is studded with numerous jewels, including beryls, black sapphires, emeralds, and rubies. Set in the center of the crown is a flawless diamond the size of a human male's fist. When struck by a bright light, the crown scintillates and sends forth reflective rays in all directions from its gem-tipped spikes. Armor bonus +3, +2 charisma, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, strength, wisdom, +4 saving throws versus poison, +4 regeneration, prismatic spray, 1 use per day. And never ever put it on. What's the tip? Everything says you need to put it on immediately, except don't put it on. You're likely never going to take it away after that. I would like to heal Edgar if at all possible. These type of heals are not useful in a real fight for me. I have the full heals for that. And Edgar might be sort of worthless or he'd die. That's not all that important then. But letting him enter these fights in his condition is not a good idea. At the very least, he buys a lot more extra time. That said, I still don't want you to take part in the fight. I really
hold this
don't.
spot like it was home.
Jonas. He's still dangerous. A lot of pedestals. Why are they there? Why are these things here? What is going on? Seems like he's paralyzed. I'm gonna use one use of the Find Traps lens. No traps. I'm assuming the pedestals protect these doors. There's 4 of them. There's 4 pedestals. There is one on the other side, a room, and I don't know what it is. There have to be a key to fighting against the Lich. Otherwise, I don't really get why they exist in the first place. Or they protect the crown. Jar, sarcophagus. Scintillating sphere level 3, attack bonus part. These are basically lightning fireball type of attack, except lightning damage. Two of them. And a full potion heal. Yeah, that alone makes this place worthwhile. By the time I reach Jonas, the blindness has disappeared. So 5 full heals, that should be enough. Couple of clarity. Extra natural armor. Emerald Golem. Yeah, this weapon works just fine against these. A critical hit on me. He needs a critical hit to heal. I have terrible dice rolls, that's why I'm missing. But what's the point of these? Emerald Golem Heart. So we need all of them to do something with the pedestals. Probably open access there. That makes sense to me.
Greetings.
Help me, please. Help me. The pain. Pico, oh thank Lathander, please, you must help me.
What's wrong with you?
I'm trapped. I can feel my strength fading. You must help me, Vico.
What happened to you?
The puzzle that guards the crown can only be unlocked by a Knight of Cormyr. That is the safeguard on this barrel. The safeguard was not put here, not by the Cormyrians themselves, but by the Witch Duke who built it, to stop any of the Witch Lords trying to take the crown for themselves.
Why would the Witch Duke do that?
The Witch Duke knew that if he were to die before he could rise again, one of the Witch Lords might make a play for the crown, so he placed this safeguard on the Vibrant Crown to protect it. No true Knight of Cormyr would willingly unlock the crown for a Witch Lord. There's more belief that I, as a Cormyrian and a squire, might be enough. But when I tried to place the first piece of the puzzle, the power seized me and froze me here, and now I can feel it leeching my life away. Please free me, Vico, I beg you, please. I must have my revenge for Lena's death while I'm trapped. While I'm trapped, you can remove the ring from my finger that the Witch Lord uses to control me, and throw it into the pit, and I will be truly free to fight by your side. Even if we die here, it is better this way.
Yeah, I don't believe you for a second. What happened to the Witch Lord's power over you?
I truly don't know. Maybe because I'm trapped and I'm dying, I'm no more useful to him. And maybe he knows your only hope to get the crown is by me telling you everything he has told me.
Yeah, because he needs me to do this. He cannot do it. So this is left to me, the golem fighting, and when I'm done, he's gonna swoop in and take the crown. Where is he now?
He's still here somewhere, watching. Perhaps he's waiting for you to unlock the puzzle to the Vibrant Crown. But Vico, getting the crown is also your only hope. You are defenseless against his powers without it.
No, this is all a trap. How do I reach the crown?
To get across the island in the center, where the crown rests, there are 4 giant columns that rise from the pit. To get the columns to rise, you need to place 4 gems in the correct pedestals. Each gem is found in a gem golem here in this barrel. I put one of them in a pedestal already, taken from the first golem that has Morg destroyed. It was doing so that froze me here.
Okay, let's decide. Heal your brother while he's helpless. Take the witch's ring from your brother and cast it into the pit. Wouldn't that cause me to be under the Lich's control? I mean, taking the ring. But I'm not going to kill him while he's helpless, so even if he tries to take control of me, I'm willing to take the chance. We could also leave him here and do nothing. Yeah, because his control with the Lich might break. I'll consider it. He's currently worthless to me. So if we do this, Jonas might still be trapped here. I'm not touching the fucking ring. No. That's not happening. Ruby Golem. He's definitely better than the previous guy. It's not good though. Diamond. Yeah, this looks bad. Luckily he's casting. This gives me a chance to do a lot of damage before he starts attacking. He is good. He is very good. He can hit me even my armor class was 40. So offensive is the better tactic here than trying to go execute mode. I'm going to kill him fast before he does too much damage. Also he dispels all my magic with strikes. Still, one more hit him. Good opponent in the sense that against something like this, attacking is definitely the better strategy than trying to do some kind of endurance fight with him. Last chance to get something. Doesn't really matter what we take. Maybe more heal. No, I'll take discipline. Can't afford not to have discipline. And I haven't taken any healing so far. I'm certainly not gonna start now. Maybe more lore. Right. Our opponent will be a lich. That's something we need to keep in mind. That's the only thing that matters. We have our weapon, we have our everything. So, what can we even take that would benefit us? Disarm, potentially. It's something you don't usually expect. If you have limited discipline, disarm can be very, very dangerous. Attempt to disarm an opponent in melee combat. It has a big penalty on attack rolls. But without a high armor class, that doesn't mean all that much. A successful hit deals normal damage, and if the opponent fails the discipline check, then the weapon flies from the opponent's hand. A disarm attack attempt provokes an attack of opportunity. The thing is, if that works, the opponent is basically done for. I wish enemies would use these more. It's probably worthless, but so is everything else that was there, so. The thing is, it's not always worthless. That's the thing. Sometimes you get a powerful opponent that has forgotten the basics, basically. I'm not sure how to put it otherwise. Because, like in 95% of these modules, taking discipline is totally worthless. Because no enemies really use it against you. At the same time, when they aggressively used against you, you're so goddamn boned if you don't have discipline. But I don't see why I should do anything with Jonas. Especially, he said he used one. I assume there. Get things going. That might be true. But my biggest worry with Jonas was that I have to fight him and the Lich. So if he's there doing nothing, that's perfect for me. He might die. But he probably lives long enough for me to deal with the Lich. Even if he doesn't, I don't care. Not really. I don't want to touch the ring. It got him. I'm not sure why I would be different. Although... it didn't really get him. Not in that sense. It convinced him to use the ring. That is something a bit different. Okay, who's the... yeah, this is the one he's already used. So, the story checks out. I'm taking the ring off his hand.
Thank you, Vico. Now, if you can only find a way to free me of this power that holds me.
Acquired 1 GP. Experience gained 100. Playing alignment. Experience gained 500. Bonus freed from which lord's power. How would I do that?
Greetings.
Yeah, it's not over yet. I do something about the pedestals. Was it a wrong pedestal then? Alabaster white. Alabaster white. There's no difference between these. I guess they all need to be in their pedestals for anything to really matter. Okay. He's gonna use the crown, isn't he? Yep. I'm not really seeing any kind of a result here. The correct sequence or what? Okay, people, let's gather up here and
Attack!
see if anyone else has ideas. Because, okay, I have the dispelling wand. Maybe that's what you're supposed to use.
Greetings.
Actually, you're not trapped, so,
Greetings. 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 Greetings.
okay. Literally removing the enchantment does not help. I'm also not sure that throwing the ring to the pit was a particularly great idea. Could have been his phylactery for all I know. Although that doesn't make sense. Okay, what exactly can we do?
Greetings.
Okay. We tried this already and this didn't do shit. Also, there's no visible indication that anything is even happening.
Greetings.
White and green. They might be the correct place. Okay.
Greetings.
Thank you. I mean it, WCoC. I know we are family, but I don't know if I'd have done the same if you'd been acting as I have. The worst thing is that a small part of me knew what I was doing, but let's not dwell on it now. We have our vengeance at hand, and I have a score to settle with the Witch Lord.
Yeah, not so fast.
Oh yes, what is it?
Let's talk.
What do you mean, tell me about yourself? I'm your brother. Are you saying you've forgotten everything about me? Come on, get serious, we have things to do.
So what exactly is going on? Rider's Ring, the Black Sword, negative energy damage, +3 enchantment, Black Knight's Armor. I just want to see if there's any kind of a curse crap here. Not that I can see. He has everything at OK values. don't think I can add anything really to this. Nothing particularly useful, at least. Disease immunity. Okay. What else? Negative energy damage might heal Lich. I really don't want him to be using that. This can be... Are you even good aligned? Chaotic evil, right, so... Not really, no. Could you, give me the sword? No, right, that's what I was afraid of. Well, what's done is done. Where's the Lich? Or is Jonas going to backstab me? Well, we have the crown. We must never ever use the crown, so back that thing. Cannot be given away. Right, so what happens now? Now we have only one way out. Stay behind. And with you, Jonathan is actually in a fairly good position.
Yes, I can accomplish this task.
Well, WCoC, I see that thou hast the crown. Great power can be thine, if that is what thou desirest. Riches, fame, followers. Give me the crown and it will all be thine, and with it freedom from the poison in thy veins.
Never. The crown is Cormyr's. I intend to give it to Caladne.
Then thou must defeat me and the crown itself. Dost thou really believe thou hast the power?
I'll risk it. Come and take the crown if you can.
Die then, fool.
There's rangers. Right. Why isn't he attacking? I'm not... There it is. There's the real problem. We need to get rid of that shield he has. Feel free to attack
Feel
someone.
my fury.
No, don't attack him, you dumbass.
Darkness will take you.
This is dumb shit. This is an instant death spell he's casting. This is the main problem with these dispel things. They're not dispelling shit. I only want his shield to go down. Is it happening? No, not a goddamn thing is happening. Yeah. This is a horrible way to fight it. Basically, they're killing. My own guys are killing themselves before anything can happen because of. I can't get rid of the shield. I just can't. It's fucking impossible. The dispel spell is a terrible spell, especially against powerful spellcasters. It just is. It is god awful. So,
Hold
you
this
losers
spot
need to
like
wait
it was
here while
home.
I'll have to do the fighting. Let's take a reasonable approach here. There is a fire resistant thing that I can use.
Yes,
That would
I can
mitigate the damage
accomplish
enough,
this
but
task.
attacking is something reasonable to do. Also, I can boost certain things. It'll last long enough that I should be able to deal with the fighting. Boost was pretty pathetic. Still, helps a little bit. What is this? You can enchant a non-magical weapon. Spell resistance. How much? 21. Not bad. I'll haste my own ass after I get a little bit closer. Never. It has massive defenses. I might be able to knock him down a little bit. Not sure if that worked. It's not working. And it's dead. The funny thing about that is though that you need to fail 2 saving throws. To be fair, you need to actually get decent saving throws. One is pretty much impossible to mind effect. The other requires me to roll an 11. So a failure on that is actually not that unlikely. The thing is, I have no way to protect myself against that. Absolutely none. So the saving throws just have to succeed. So there's a less than 50% chance that there's going to be a fight against the Lich. I'm gonna die before that.
Hold this spot like it
Any
was
other
home.
scenario. So that's pretty bad. I should at least be able to do the long range
Yes,
buffs
I
here.
can accomplish this task.
Bit of a better boost on the constitution. Only a 2-point boost on strength, that's pretty bad. That's the minimum. That's 3. That's 4. Do we need anything else? Not really. No, not really. I'll use the haste potion when we get to actual killing range. Could also kill the sidekicks he has. Yeah, I'm dead. Two saving throw failures. He's so high level that my dispel magic spells have pretty much 0 chance of affecting him, and the saving throws against his abilities are hard to resist.
Step with me. Come on. Follow along. Hold this spot
I
like
can
it was
accomplish
home.
this task.
still, there's nothing I can do about it. There's no ability that will protect me. You need immunity from death or massive saving throw increases. Neither of which are applicable. The game simply does not have magic of that level, that's the main problem. Yep, it's dead.
Step with me.
It's
Come
because
on.
the effect isn't
Follow
gonna
along.
land
Yes.
immediately does
I
not
can
mean the end
accomplish
result
Hold
is
this
gonna
spot
be
like
immediate.
it was home.
Yes.
Easy enough.
I can accomplish this task.
There is spell resistance though. That's something I haven't used. Success. So it won't do shit. This is why you don't really want to get that spell ever yourself. Oh, what gives the protection? What item? I don't recall anymore. It's the potion, right? Fortitude saving failure. That's a lot of physical damage, probably nothing else. Yeah, that's quite a bit of physical damage. 84 points. It's a summoning spell. Rock. The rock isn't super... Oh, right. I was about to say the rock isn't super dangerous. But I still don't want to leave it there. So, this is gonna be fun. That's not actually a real problem. The spell he used is only a problem because I'm the only one fighting him. Otherwise the spell damage would have been spread among multiple characters.
Hold this
So
spot
we need
like
to
it
bring
was
other
home.
people in this fight fairly quickly.
Easy enough.
I can accomplish this task.
Let's have at it.
To survive the first instant death spell, which we did not. Isn't this fun? He's totally immune to knockdown, which is pretty much the only thing I can do.
Hold this spot like it was home.
Yeah, immunity to everything. I feel like the designer of this module sort of fucked up here, because Lich is not a easy target precisely because of that. High level spells, a lot of special abilities, immunities, uh, but I don't really have a way to counter any of that either. I don't have a tool to try to disable it. The one is definitely designed to be that, but I feel like they don't understand the ineffectiveness of the Dispel Magic spell. Dispel Magic works when there's a power imbalance. If a higher level character throws on a lower level one, then it works fairly well. But against a high level caster from a item, it's terrible. And it's a regular dispel. It's not like it's a greater dispel or something that gives bonuses to those things. It's just rubbish. Or rather, it's so unreliable that it won't work most of the times. It's basically not a tool you would take out to fight a Lich, because it wouldn't make much of a difference. We made a safe there. Next comes the meteor swarm. We need help at this point.
And don't let up. Attack!
We want to be at fairly good health constantly, because if some kind of a hit comes at us, a heavy hit, there's really not much we can do about it if we don't have close to full health. We need additional firepower. Oh, this is gonna kill us. Yeah, so you're gonna need to heal your own ass first. Then Jonas needs to be healed. Hello, Jonas. I can try to disable his thing. It's unlikely to be all that effective, but at the same time, there's really no reason not to try. Ooh, that's bad. He lost his defenses. Yeah, kill it. And then we escape. You have made your choice of loyalties. You can feel the vibrant crown calling to you and a vision of the future before you. But the vision shows you wearing the crown and Caladne by your side when your mission was to return the vibrant crown to the royal family of Cormyr. Does this mean you will fail to give the crown to Caladne, or that Cormyr will give you the crown? You can feel the vibrant crown calling to you for itself. Are you strong enough to resist it? And if one witch lord has returned, what of the others? What will they do when they see the crown is recovered? Only time will tell. You made a large number of choices as you played through the Wyvern Crown. Many of those choices subtly tested your alignment, and affected how those around you in the Kingdom of Cormyr perceive you now. In all, you were 46 alignment points available in this playthrough. Okay. Based on the alignment choice you chose to roleplay, you scored 100% of the points available. Could you do better a second time around? Perhaps you would fare better playing another alignment. Are there choices for them all? So maybe we can get more than 100%. Is that supposed to be a score you go after? So, Wyvern Crown of Cormyr. This is the second of these premium modules that actually had a storyline. I still feel this does the same thing sort of like the Pirates does. It fucks up the ending. This is supposed to be the climax where everything sort of gets settled. But you have to settle them. You have to provide a satisfying conclusion to the story threads you started. You cannot just end. And that's the problem. Yeah, you sort of things started, you get an idea how things will go, and then the game ends. And that's it. This still makes this, I would say, maybe not the best, but if not the best, certainly a very close second out of these premium modules I've played. Simply because the others are just fucking terrible, incomplete messes. This at least was a complete adventure. I wouldn't say a great one, but it has a lot of good things going for it. The problem is it feels like it has some problems here and there with the role-playing and with the game balance. Main problem is the jousting sucks ass. It's still a decent system, so I don't want to say it takes my opinion of the module lower by it's something extra, but it's also something you must go through. At the same time, you don't have to win the joust, you get the same end result even if you lose. So if you hate it, just lose it yourself. You'll get pretty much the same end result probably. My biggest problems were attached to some of the dialogue and some of the quests. Like we needed to find out who's hunting the forest people, but when I actually got to the city first time after getting that quest, I literally cannot even ask anyone about it. There is one tip during a tournament, which is no longer available by that time, that has a tip that yeah, someone's probably hunting them because there was an item put on sale. But here's the thing, can I ask anyone about it? No, I can't even bring that up. And if there was an item on sale, why can't I talk to the shopkeepers and ask, has someone brought this sort of thing for sale? The dialogue options simply do not exist at all to support that quest. So here's my thinking, is either the solution to this either is very obscure, or you need to do things in very certain order. Like, you need to solve that issue now before you move on with the main plot, because if you do move on with the main plot, things are a little bit different again, so you never have a chance to complete that quest. Similarly, when we got to the Mist Castle and we faced the merchant slash pirate guy, the one with a V name, that names I don't recall 5 seconds after I read it, is he made a big deal how he had a purpose to what he was doing. and that's why I should forgive and sort of let it go, all the evil things he's been doing. However, you can't ask the obvious thing. So what's the reason? These type of like basic obvious dialogue options cannot be missing in a single player plot role-playing game. You can't just ignore that shit. You cannot. You cannot ignore that because you feel justifiably so, but still that you're not really playing the adventure with your character. You're railroaded into stupid shit that the designer programmed into the game, instead of even having the illusion that you said in the dialogue something that you said or your character would have said, even though the end result might already say. But the illusion is so important in a role-playing game. The fact that you can't even ask obvious questions in furthering your own goals and quests is just shit. That's the sort of stuff why I can't say the module, even though it was a proper adventure this time, it's not great. There's also the let's go meet the Lich, that's a super powerful spellcaster, but you have no ways of actually dealing with any of the shit that has a super powerful spellcaster has to be dealt with. You maybe other class choices might have had an easier time. You might have a save somewhere in there. Let's see. Where the fuck am I? Hawkling Castle, yeah, that's fine. I'm curious to go to one of the shops and see the spell options, because I wasn't a maid, I didn't pay too much attention to them. I really didn't give a crap. But it's important in the sense that maybe going with a few different choices, you might have been able to counter some of the Lich stuff. But the thing is, you cannot do it with dispel spells. That's the main problem. High level caster spells is very tough to dispel. Very tough. That is why you don't dispel them. You use spells that automatically collapse those defenses. The breach lineup of spells.
My agree.
This doesn't sell all that much.
Farewell.
Yeah, Dispel Magic. It's a low level spell, 3 only. Spell attempts to strip all magical effects from a single target. It can also target a group of creatures, attempt to remove blah 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 blah. To remove an effect, the caster makes a Dispel check, 1d20 plus 1 per caster level, a maximum of plus 10. I'm not sure what that is in a wand. Against a DC of 11 plus the spell effect, the effect's caster level. So that's mainly the problem, because 11 plus the caster level on a Lich, that can be a very high number, to the point where you literally do not have a chance to roll that high. Or you have something like 5% chance, so whoopie fucking do. It is not an effective spell against a high level caster. That's the main point here. So you need very specialized spells to be able to do that. I think the better Dispel Magic spell doesn't have that limitation, the plus 10 limitation. But even then, you would never cast it on a high level mage. You just wouldn't. It would be much better used as a way to disable buffs from a group of people. It's not a way to counter a high level spellcaster. There's the missile storm. So yeah, spellcaster could get a decent set of spells, but I'm still not seeing anything particularly interesting. There's a lot of low level spells and shit spells. Instant death spell is not gonna work on a lich. So no matter how I look at it, I don't... A wizard and a sorcerer... A wizard who takes an anti-mage spells when he levels up probably wouldn't have too much of a problem, but everyone else doesn't really... has no way of really disabling his defenses. If I wouldn't have taken the fire protection belt, I could not have really done any damage to him either. The damage you take from the return fire is just too high. This is mostly priestly spells. Yeah, this looks a little bit more promising. Definitely high level spells. You would have your summons too that could have sucked up the death spells. I could have used those too, now that I think about it. So yeah, you can sort of drain him, let him waste his spells. Because the instant death and a couple of mass destruction spells, and he's empty after that, really. There's a lot of low level spells, a couple of dispel magics, third level attack spells, fourth level attack spells. Yeah, there is no really good way to strip him of his defenses. The game doesn't provide that. No good defenses against any of the things he tries. So basically, summoned creatures to drain his casting attempts, and that's more or less it. So you have two choices: overwhelm him with damage, or drain him of his most powerful attack spells through different type of summons. So that's it. It's not like it's undoable. Not at all. If I have used the Back of Bones, for example, for some time, they would have not achieved all that much. But even the instant death attack would have been wasted on them. Then we could have cleared his summons, allowed him to waste extra spells on them, and so forth. I think the biggest problem, in fact, now in hindsight, is that I had companions, so I couldn't just run in the large room and leave them there to fight it. I had to basically act as the central focus of for the lich. So I think that's the bigger problem than the actual lich fight otherwise. And it's not bad in the sense that it's somewhat troublesome, but there are solutions to it. It's just I can't bring his defenses down. So the direct solution of just bashing his head in is not the best way to go about it. Right. I'm not sure if I still would rank this the first or the second. It's either this or the pirate one. I had to say the pirate adventure was more enjoyable for me. But this is interesting in the sense that this is a relatively low magic adventure. You can craft your own good weapon. But before we entered the last barrow and the last fights, +1 weapons were pretty much the best you could get, best you could find. So it favors certain type of classes that usually are fairly unremarkable in these adventures because of the huge amount of magical crap thrown all about. Also, this game has a reasonable amount of usable items, so classes that are a bit more multi-classed, spread out, should have a fairly easy time playing through this. So, still a fairly enjoyable experience, I'd say. And we have only one adventure left at this. Infinite Dungeons. And I have no clue about this one. If it's Under Dark or I don't recall, Under Mountain, it's basically puzzles, traps, monsters. So some kind of a caster or a rogue would probably fare the best there. Assuming it's actually a plot-driven adventure. If not, my experience with that one is probably going to be fairly short-lived. I have no interest in just playing random dungeons forever, so we'll see. I still say I probably like the Pirates of the Sword Coast more than the Byron Crown Cormier. But I don't know. They're both better than the three others though by a huge